Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Ball is teed up. Zane Gonzalez to do the honors. And we're off and running from Landover. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's go now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They go play action on 1st. Flushed out of the pocket. To the outside, it's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Play fake here, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17. At the 24-yard.
Working quickly here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Gets this to Johnson. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He finds Johnson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Now Daniels off the play action. He sends this one to the end zone. That one's intercepted. Marquise Bell making the play. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, it'd make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Milton now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders have the football as he records his 12th INT of this season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
It's Johnson on 2nd down. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kalen Carson with the tackle. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Go street. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Go.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. 4th down coming up.
Cougar 19. Buffalo 18. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Daniels now. Oh, it's the screen. Pass complete. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Tag. Dragon 60. Ready.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. The rookie from Tennessee found that opening, ends up with a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
First down, Cowboys.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Dumped off to his running back. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Time for our second quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
They call pass on 3rd and inches. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get the game's first points here in the second. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
At the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Daniels on 1st down. He puts some power on a deep one left. He's got it inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. First carry now for Austin Eckler. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Right there, hurt. Hey, Smash.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This is Eckler on 2nd. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7.
Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. He breaks the tackle. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
On second down, it's Williams again. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Cowboys, with a lot of ground between where they are now and where they need to go. Back now, pressure on its way. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now Milton to throw. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Working inside the red zone. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go, set. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Throwing now, Milton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Set. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Let go.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead. George Pickens, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
19 Lions. Go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. He's got it deep downfield. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 20 at the 45-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Washington calls it second timeout. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
19 tight, 19 tight. Hut, hut.
Play fake here, Daniels. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Fourth down, here's Daniels. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half. But hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit.
And they get to him again. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile.
Here we go. Warriors 70. Check out.
Back to throw it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half.
The score, Cowboys 14, Commanders 7.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Panther 60. Ready.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
79 Broncos.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. He's got room to roam here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ring it. 60 Maverick. 60 18. Pioneer. Go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
For Austin Eckler. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Trying the inside handoff to Eckler. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
60
Working quickly here.
It's 3rd and 10.
60 Bobcat. Ready.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Johnson up the middle. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Johnson again. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 10.
19 Lion.
3rd and long for him here. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Panther 60. Panther 60. 7 Pirates. 7
Washington will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You could just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Now an inside give to Johnson. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
70 Lion. Let's go now. Check go.
Johnson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 6-yard line.
They'll try Johnson again. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here he is to throw on second down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
A gain of 30. And the Cowboy first down.
To throw, Milton. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Three-quarter. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Milton back to throw. Ferguson's got it. Complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Cut out left. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they pick him off again. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
The Commanders take over.
The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks off the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball.
Putting the body on the line for his team. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Commanders
Daniels from the pistol. Throwing deep for the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
a 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and
They'll run this with Johnson. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Offense in the hurry up here.
Mara's leading foul on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up.
And that's a Washington touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Cowboys 14. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Cowboys losing by 14.
On the double.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
From the 35 on second down. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. Back to throw. Here's Milton. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. They'll throw it again. It's caught. Ferguson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Down a couple of scores. Those 2 timeouts they've got left are going to be crucial. Here's first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. On the move, headed right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the...
That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. That is Kyler Gordon. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down. Putting the tight end in motion. Now Milton to throw. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. This one intended for the running back. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Throwing now. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Wow, they're gonna pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Donovan Wilson picks it off. And the Cowboys are gonna have it after his second interception of the season. Oh man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season.